Hey there, it's your favorite sidekick and Mystic Leslie back for more. Yeah, tonight I'm gonna make things a bit different and talk about. I got things to get off my chest, I guess, so I'm gonna get off and talk about that warfare, that spiritual warfare that has been going on, and that. I got some! I got some experiences, oh my god. I'm glad to be here, that's all I'm going to say about this. But yes, I'm gonna talk about how it started, how I saw that it was not just me, but really that it was how could I say that? Yeah, that something really was going on. I remember being approached. It was in June of 2021, 1 year after I split with my ex. I was on Facebook when I was approached by somebody who said that they had feelings for me, wanted a relationship, and such and such. But what I didn't know is that this person was in fact a recruiter for a cult. And that cult thought that I would make a good sacrifice, let's say it like that. So that's where his interest was, honestly. It was not about being romantic or something or having a relationship or getting to know me or no. It's about how they could get me. I started to talk with this person. From the start, I had a bit of a weird feeling, but let's see how it goes. Sometimes it happens, give people a chance, blah blah blah, such and such. But pretty fast, I realized that this person. At first, I thought that maybe the problem was that he was in a relationship or something because he didn't act single to me, if you understand what I mean. That it was busy, that it just had a limited amount of time and attention that it could give to me and stuff like that. So I became really fast, really suspicious, really fast about him. But I had no proof of nothing except for my own feeling that something was up. Which is why it was so difficult because there was always my reason. My logic was like, you have no proof. You cannot jump to conclusions like that. But yes, there was something. But I noticed more it went, the more weird things started to happen around me in my daily life, around where I lived and such like that. And that was no coincidence right now that I know, but weirdly, the more things went weird around me, the more this person grew distant. That was a clue. But still, I was like, let it slip. I had no clue yet what I was dealing with. Because at first, you don't imagine that who's approaching you is part of a cult and trying to traffic you, right? That's not the first thought you might have, because otherwise, how can you live like this? You understand? You cannot be paranoid like that, but yes. After a while, I had to acknowledge that things were gotten really weird. I had people stalking around my place, going like they were inside their car in front of my house, and when I was go out and notice them, they would start the engine and just drive away, stuff like that. I started to receive letters and parcels at my place, parcels that I did not order. In first, to be honest with you, and the scariest is that I never told this person my address. They just found it, that probably they were hacking my devices or something. I know I was back in the days. I was also having a lot of trouble with my devices for some reason. Now I know why. Probably they were trying to get into it, trying to get my information. But anyways, started to get really weird. More it went, but didn't have any real proof, tangibly of anything. It's until mid August 2021, roughly 2.5 months after I started talking to that person. I remember I made a dream that night. The dream, well, in the dream there was a bunch of people that I never seen before. They were in the Caribbean, in one of the islands. I didn't know exactly which one, but I could tell it was there. And they were in a sugarcane field, something like that. Yes, it was a sugarcane field. I could recognize, like the it looks a bit like bamboo shoots, but it's sugarcane shoots everywhere. There was a bunch of people dressed in white, and they were around one of the leaders of some kind who was looking at an oracle, consulting an oracle to see how the ceremony would go. And they were told very clearly not to do it, that it would backfire in ways that they cannot imagine. But I remember in the dream, one of the people, a woman, most specifically, was like stood up. She took a step forward. She was like, "No, we gotta do it. Gotta do it. Blah blah blah. We started enough. We invested enough. We have to do it. Blah blah blah." So they did. They went along with it. They decided to do it in the end, and it did backfire almost instantly. I told you that those people were in the Caribbean. I remember that the day after, when I woke up from that dream, I was like, shit, that was freaky. Like, okay, and I went on with my day. And I remember, like, that day, like, looking, like, it was plastered all over the news that there was the last big earthquake that happened in Haiti in August of 2021. It was the day after that I made that dream. Probably they made that ceremony the exact same night. That shit backfired instantly, and the earthquake happened. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell is this? What did they did to the stupids? The fucking stupids. Was that worth it? No, that was not worth it. See, I'm sure it was very painful magic that they sent my way. Probably even death magic. Wasn't worth it because, yeah, obviously didn't work. I'm still here, huh? But also the karma that he racked up that time. That one time. There was so much destruction, and so many people who died in one shot, in one event, in one day, because of that, because somebody was stubborn. I just didn't believe it, and then I was like, okay, this is really definitely going sideways. And we grew distant, me and that dude, but I could feel like the stalking didn't stop there, not at all. It even increased. I remember having people, like knocking at my door randomly, sometimes very late at night. And I was not expecting nobody. Of course, I'd never answer because I was like, what is this? Who is this? That, right off the bat, that didn't tell me anything good, Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to find out. I'm going to try my luck and see who that is. No, no, fuck no. Anyways, I ended up moving because that place was really too exposed for my taste. It was at an apartment on the ground floor with a yard, a nice big yard, but the fence was broken, so anybody could really get in and out as they pleased. Easy. And I'm sure, like there's some time that I could tell there was instances where I could feel eyes on me, and the malevolent eyes on me. People were trying. I feel like like when when you walk in the forest and you have a predator, like zooming in on you. That's how I felt. I had a predator's eyes on me. I could feel it, but I could not see it. Eventually, I moved, like the over there at my new place. I stopped receiving letters and parcels, but the stalking, both online and physical, definitely didn't stop. In fact, it didn't stop up until recently, up until a few months ago. That I could tell that really it's cleared, it's over, it's good. Yes. I'm thinking about everything, like I could hear footsteps at night, and we were on the ground, on the top floor. Like we're supposed to have there's not supposed to have traffic coming and going in front of our door all the time, but there was. It was insane. Like it wouldn't stop, and things grew up even more weird. Like I mentioned, like I got every week I would receive dozens and dozens of messages from fake profiles talking nonsense. Usually they're talking about the person that I was talking to, trying to say like, oh, he's got somebody, he's free and that and na na na, or the opposite, try talking crazy to me about this person, or telling them about their intentions or about whatever. But everything really went sideways the time that the ring leader approached me. I realize now, in hindsight, with all that I know now, that this person, that the leader of that pack, of that cult, approached me someday, and we had the conversation. And I remember that was a very eerie and revealing conversation, both at the same time. I learned a lot, and since then, I never spoke to neither of them directly ever again. But, like I mentioned, the pressure increased to the point where I felt unsafe, where I felt like, okay, am I tripping or something? What is going on? In my country, we have a government hotline about human trafficking. So I called them one night, I remember, because I was like, okay, I need answer. I need to know if I'm tripping or if it's really, or what I think is going on is really going on, if you understand. So I called, and I told the lady who spoke to me, who answered the phone, that what I was going through, things that would happen and such. After all, I realized that she was silent. I'm like, hey, are you here? Something I'm like, yes, I'm here. I'm listening carefully and I'm taking notes. I'm like, why are you taking notes? Why are you listening carefully? What is that? What's going on? So she was like, we had other people who reported similar things, who had different encounters. So I'm taking that. Like, we're actively looking for those people. So I'm taking down all your information. Oh my god, I was tripping. Because I had confirmation right then that, okay, something is really happening. And something is really malevolent. And something is really bigger than what I thought it was. And more sinister than what I thought it was. Especially after the conversation I had with the ringleader. Like I mentioned, it was insightful. But at the same time, it was really... That conversation was really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. Told me that he wanted to get to know me and a few things. Well, at first he approached me about the dude that I was speaking to, saying that yes, he really likes you, he wants a future with you, and blah blah blah. But I told him that no, he doesn't love him. Like it's been weeks since I spoke to the dude. Actually, I don't know where he's saying that or why he's saying that, but that's not the truth. A few other things like that, but yes. Oh my god. That dude was not happy to find out that I was not in love and not hooked on the bait, if you understand. That was something. But, anyways, now back to the hotline. Like, she told me that she was taking notes of everything. And I was told back then that she would transmit my information to authorities, and if they have questions for me, they would call me back. And they did. They did, and I told them everything. I gave them the names, I gave them what happened, and such and such. And they were baffled, and I understood how serious it was, and I understood that I was in danger then. That's where it really clicked to me that, okay, shit is really happening. That's not just me making shit up or amplifying things or things like that. No, it's really happening, and it's really, really bad. I heard. Well, they told me, they gave my information, they took my story in, what I had to say, my information, what I knew from those people, and then they left like that. A few weeks later, I got another inspector from the national police from here. Oh my god. And he told me that they found the ring, that they made arrests, and that they start to unravel everything. And he showed me pictures, and they really with more information, because I had to testify after that, like against those people. Like, I just recently been able to start to get to a normal life. Because up until this July of 2024, I lived in a high security facility, the kind of places where they put people under protection programs and stuff like that. Like witness protection programs and shit like this. Yes, I was in one of those facilities with bulletproof windows and somebody who buzzes you in, and you have to justify why you're here, and they take your IDs and your name down. That was very fun. No, not at all. But anyways, because of they ended up tracking those people and prosecuting them, and put the ones that they could get their hands on in jail. I've seen the pictures of where I was supposed to end, because they had several people before me, of course. But I'm the person with who they like they hit a knot. They hit a wall with me. And that's the only reason why they were stopped. Because of that night where I was stripping and start to see, like, okay, I need to some help to wrap my head around things about what's going on. Because of that phone call, shit unraveled for them. I'm very, very happy, but yes, that picture haunts me. That place. I was supposed to go in. They wanted to. That code. They wanted to, make me go through heaps and loops to escape, like government surveillance, so it would be impossible to track me. I was supposed to end up on the farm in Trinidad. I swear to you, like some places in the basement, and they showed me pictures of where they would detain people. And I swear you, it was like that moldy, musty basement with the paint going off the walls. I remember like there was green paint, like the hospital green paint. And I've seen a picture of a room over there. There was just a used mattress on a metal bed frame with chains and with a bucket nearby and a lamp. That was it. That was fucking it. That's why they wanted me to go there. And God knows what I would have been subjected to. It still haunts me to these days, those nightmares, that what would have happened if they got their hands on me. I'm scared shitless to think about it, honestly. I know that their plan, what they would do, in short, usually, with the woman that they kidnapped, because those people, that was a group of men targeting spiritual women, spiritually advanced women. But yes, they wanted them for their spiritual strength, for their substance, in a way. I can say that. So at first they would put them on, like on the fact that, hey, we kidnapped you, you're here, you can go, blah. They would give them a choice to willingly be one of the men's partners, and if they don't, they would go in the basement with the chains. When what I've seen, some that were planned from the start to be a sacrifice, such as me, would have gone straight to the basement. You understand? They would have not given me a chance to escape this by being partnered with one of the men and live in the houses on the plantation or on the farm or whatever it was. It looked like a big ass farm or a piece of land of some kind. It was very remote. The kind of place that, like it's impossible to get out of. Especially if you have guards with guns and weapons and stuff like that, and you have chains and security and barriers and control everywhere you go. Good luck going out of there alive. It's one of those places where many people went in but never came out. Anyways, but that chase lasted a long time, and the spiritual warfare that came with it lasted a long ass time too. That lasted until this summer at least, or this fall. Because I know that eventually they had to admit defeat as they never caught me. They never got their hands on me, even though sometimes it was real close according to what I've seen. I'm sure that whoever that real leader is, or I'm sure one of them, like looked like, I feel that somebody like had their eyes on me for real, physical eyes on me. It was not looking at me from a distance. They were there and they were, like seeing me. And that scares the shit out of me. But I'm glad I'm here. I didn't. Obviously, I'm not. I didn't get out of there unscarred, especially with the length and the intensity of the experience. But there was a reason why I'm out. There's a reason why I'm speaking about this too. Because I'm a survivor and I can help others survive this as well. That's straight up, that's for sure. I know I can protect others from a distance. Because those people were not playing with the black magic. I wonder how I survived. The last big the last big blow that they had at me was in May 2024. Well, late April, early May. Like I told you at the facility that I was living, there was a new person over there who said that they were talented, in massage or massage therapy or something like that. And I had a lot of tensions in my back, so I told them, yes, sure, I would love to have a back rub and, have some of those tension eased away. But I remember feeling very weird, feeling like I remember my stomach was painful and I had I felt a bit queasy right after the massage was done. And I thought, okay, this is unusual. But in the next days, I had a pain in my lower stomach, in my abdomen, that kept on growing and growing and growing until it was unbearable. I was not able to eat. I was not able to drink or sleep or walk or do anything at the end. Like I had a tendency, because I've been through neglect as a child, and something was one part was medical neglect. Like not going to the doctor even when I was really sick. It had to wait until I was almost on the verge of death before going to see somebody, and I still kept that habit, sadly. So yeah, I had the tendency, to tough it up. I'm like, okay, no, let's see. It's gonna pass on its own. I'm going to heal, but after when I realized that I was not even able to walk anymore, I was like, okay, I have to acknowledge one thing. It's not going away on its own. It's not gonna get better. Call the ambulance. And I ended up, like it turned out that I had Streptococcus A, which is the little cousin of the flesh eating bacteria, Streptococcus C. Charming. I don't know how they end up. Apparently, we have them on our skin and all over our bodies, and that's normal. That's where it's supposed to be. But when it goes inside the body or somewhere it's not supposed to be, or in an environment that's not supposed to support it, that's where it can make you very sick. And that's what happened. You say that this bacteria can kill you in 3 to 7 days, usually, for healthy individuals. Imagine. I was at day number 5 of toughening up when I realized that, okay, I cannot walk or drink anymore. My stomach doesn't process anything. So, yeah, it's about time that I do something. Yeah. But I ended up being saved. And I remember, like, having dreams when I come back about somebody was very panicky. I could feel that somebody was very panicky. And with one of my friends, we had a tarot night once because I met her, through my tarot service. At first, she was a client, but we ended up growing very close. Just that girl is hilarious and she's fun and she got a heart on her sleeve and overall just a very good person, a very good individual, and we connected well. So why not being friends? We never have too many friends. And she became spiritual and she tapped into her intuition more and more. So she decided to make a tarot on that situation. And what came out of it is that basically, like, he admitted defeat. After 4 years, 3.5 years, was about time. How much spell work can you do before admitting defeat? How many times are you going to do the same thing before you realize that, hey, maybe this doesn't work? Hey? It's like madness to do the same thing over and over and expect different results. Anyways, I was so relieved. I was so relieved. And since then, I can tell that yes, it's been more peaceful. And overall, the people who were on my back have loosened their grip on me. Like I can feel that it's more distant and, they really start to move on. Thankfully, they do. Wow. But yeah, after all that, after 3 years, after countless spells, after countless humiliations, after being dismantled and put in jail and prosecuted and all, finally, they admit defeat. Finally, they can tell that, okay, maybe it won't work. So I say, like, my loves, you have to be resilient in that shit. It's going to be over soon. Those people are admitting defeat more and more. But in the meantime, we have to be strong until it's totally over. Now I'm tempted to take Moonology. I don't know why. I didn't plan on having the cards out at all tonight, but I'm thinking that. See what message can we have about the moon oracle, about this situation. What message can we have about the spiritual warfare? What shall we know about that? Thank you. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay? That's not reassuring. But hey, nothing is yet set in stone. Anything can happen, and what's going to happen? What shall we do to have things turn our way? To have success? What shall we do? What shall we do? Thank you. You are good enough. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay, that's good. That's good. And what about that specific warfare situation? What can we know about that? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, well. Hold your vision. A fiery climate approaches. Don't let pride get in your way. Okay, that's good. I feel like in those six cards, four speak about the situation in itself, about what we should do to be successful. And the other two talk about what's going to happen after that, after it's dealt with. Nothing is yet set in stone, but hold your vision because a fiery climate approaches. And don't let pride get in your way. Because I'm feeling that pride, can make you overlook things, underestimate things or people, maybe. Thank you. A personal issue reaches resolution. That's good. And after we get that resolution, we have a new romantic cycle that begins. And I think that we deserve it. Especially if, like me, the weapon used against you was love, or you need for love, or for having a relationship or a deep bond in your life. You're gonna be rewarded with a new person. A good new person. Because remember, you're good enough. You deserve that good thing coming your way. Yes. And it's not because somebody targeted you once that it's gonna happen again in the future. Not everybody's the same. I just heard not everybody comes to you with an agenda, which is good. Adjustments are required. Look at the bigger picture. Okay. Good. So that was it for tonight. I hope this is going to help. There's hope. If you resonate with the content that I just posted, if you have experiences to share, feel free to comment below. I want to hear about you. You can also send me an email if you wish to. My email is in the description box below. Sorry about that. I was managing my saliva. But I wish you a good evening. It was a pleasure talking to you. I'm feeling that I hope that this was not for nothing. I'm feeling that I'm sharing this story for a reason. And I hope that whoever you are is listening to me. I hope that this brings you hope. It's going to be over soon. Those people won't torment you forever. They cannot. They don't have resources to go on forever. Time is not on their side either. God is not on their side. Thanks. So keep your head high and take care, okay? And hold your vision. Remember, have a good night and take care. Bye.